well to get out of the way.
Tell you what, Krillsy, one more lap of yellow might have made it interesting.
Oh, I still think it's interesting. Will Brown in 55 in the Audi is next. Then it's Augusto Farfus in 46. Ben Barnicoat in the McLaren, still in the top 6. There go the lap cars getting out of the way. And the order will be cleansed now as we go back to racing. 1 hour, 16 minutes.
Try and find some grip off the slippery bit. Everyone has done phenomenally well thus far, because this is now getting to a point where you've got to box for wet tyres.
Oh, and off goes Richard Neary. He's heading for the barriers. Crunch into the tyre wall he goes. And Richard Neary is off the road, the first to be caught out by the conditions, perhaps not the last. It doesn't look quite as bad at this part of the circuit, but the rain is heading this way. And yes, it is raining. Look at the top of the hill at
Be on the inside into the braking zone at turn number 3. Giving lots of respect and room to Patrick Pilet. There's a lot of bumps offline there. The Corvette squirms around under braking, but Sims gets it done and moves up to 6th. A real effort from Hirabon and Yu Karamaru, and it just fills you with that little just off the podium. And by the time the safety car gets back to the start and finishing line, I think the checkered flag will be out. Still have one more race remaining around the circuit, the GT4 GT Cup race coming up. But this, the curtain call on the GT World Championship.
Stint from the top 2, but now it is very much a rapid car. Mauro Engel's Mercedes AMG has taken the fastest lap of the race, but Chris Lallam here has done the absolute best middle sector on the last lap of the race. He is leaving nothing to chance, leaving nothing on the table. It's going to be a win for Verstappen Racing. It is going to be a first outright win for Chris Lallam. Chris Lallam and Danny Juncadella win race 1 of sprint.
Car jumped it out, but so he was actually on the limit with his left wheels on that white line, and I suppose the stewards are saying, well, hang on a minute, you at least have to give the car on the outside some room, and he was absolutely on the limit. So yeah, I guess it's a fair call.
Maurice Schuring trying to do whatever he can do here. He's just got ahead of Roman Andriolo, as also as Consa Lapalainen. So 2 places lost there by Andriolo. Now he's a long way up the road in terms...
Bit of paint traded, he's sideways up the curb, but Charlie Robertson keeps on coming. This is his one and only opportunity to get that car back in contention, but Joey's got to keep it on the road.
The spray coming out of these slicks shows how little grip there is. There must be close to aquaplaning in places. Luke Hopkinson unwinding the lock, easing Charlie Robertson onto the slippery exit curb at the old hairpin. He's playing for his own game, but he's also playing for the option game. Needs the door open now. Robertson sent it to the...
Let Niederhauser go, but Niederhauser is still stuck behind Harry King, who's doing nothing wrong. Harry King here on target for a Gold Cup Championship success, even though he's only third in gold in the race, with Pratt and Klingman also out of gold further up the road. Ten Voderlook defending for all he's worth, but Rovera to the outside line. Alessio Rovera, last year's Endurance Cup champion with Alessandro Pierguidi, turns now up through the left of 10. This time about the move against Sorensen, he goes through and he's done it. Porsche
Rather there by Jesse Kronis, and here are the words that so many people have been wanting to hear. Max Verstappen leads the Nürburgring 24 hours. On the circuit as well, there's big damage to the back. This is drama for Manthey. You never count them out.
Yeah, goes through, gains the place, and now Van der Linde thinks, right, I need to get on with this myself, and right away he's all over the back of Schandorf. He is about to discover what Boost found. Schandorf is hard to get past.
Yeah, even harder when he's cutting the apex so hard. This is, yeah, they're done. They're well out of the running now.
Bizarre, isn't it, for a team that's so well drilled normally to have a situation like that as the sister Comp 2 entry gets up the inside and there's contact, and that's going to turn around number 50 Ferrari of Sean Galisle. I think that was Murray.
He's been racing GT cars for nearly 2 decades now all over the world, and it's so nice to have him on the British GT grid. In GT4, 5 pit stops have been made by this number 71 BMW. 3 were mandatory, 2 were drive-through penalties for track limits infringements, but despite all of that, they're going to come home victorious, and by quite some way. They're 26 or more seconds clear of the rest of the GT4 field.
55 Express Mercedes AMG.
They're concerned about the top speed of that 888 AMG Mercedes compared to the 75. We heard from Kenny Habul say that they feel like that Mercedes in particular is very strong in a straight line.
There's Kelvin von der Linde, the WRT, the multicoloured number 32. They waited until the last yawning moment after the problem with Earl Bamber's Corvette, the number 2 car, in that safety car period.
There's a pit entry time, but you see the 99 car in the wall there. But yeah, it's so bizarre that Buss isn't able to keep that pace up with that car and has been passed twice on track by 2 other cars.
And there's Jordan Pepper feinting to the inside. Even if there's not a gap, it tries to unsettle Cairoli. Cairoli looking to get past Bastien Buss. Cairoli knows all about Porsches, having raced them for many, many seasons. Jordan Pepper, though, goes to the outside line. This is break. Getting a replay here of more dramas up at Druid. So you've got Simon Reicher's Audi, and Carl Bennett gets a bit of a whack from Yop Raponge, which turns him around. I don't need to tell you that's going to get looked at, do I?
100% that'll be looked at, yeah.
So, yeah, Yop Raponge, I think, slam dunk there. And a 5-second time penalty for Lucas Auer. We understand it's another mechanic not
far. You have time to do. Charles Dawson on the curb on the outside of Redgate Corner, going for 3rd place, getting 3rd place. Say what you like about Charles Dawson, but at no point in this first hour has he ever settled for anything.
The lap times are starting to ever so slightly drop off, and we're going to go full course yellow to finally get that Morgan Tilbrook car. Now all the pit stops have been done, we can go to this full course yellow, and it's going to neutralise everyone. Will this go to a safety car? If there is
one over on Larry Tenborder up the inside now, goes Patrick Niederhauser, who's going to gain a place. That's vital for the championship. Niederhauser gets through, moves himself up past Rovera.
Yeah, Rovera had nowhere to go. He kicked up the dirt, and I think that's why he ran wide. And now look at that's Sorensen getting pushed out by Van der Linde. That's aggressive. Van der Linde knows what he needs to do, and he's on the front foot clearing the traffic too.
Rovera fighting back against Patrick Niederhauser, who's going to run him out wide, so the Ferrari has to give.
In the real racing world, and last year, such a successful campaign in GT World Challenge Europe. It's quite remarkable, Peter, to see how far Chris has been able to come, all because of that pivot to sim racing and realizing that he could show his worth and his talent in the virtual world rather than finding budget to go out there in the physical world.
Keep going, but that isn't something we've seen much with the 74 car. It's always been strong and kept out of trouble. He won't care about that. He's going to keep pushing forward to try and get the biggest gap possible in this silver class battle.
Now look, the Mustang fighting back in a straight line, but goes to the outside. Kirby Powells will defend, and he succeeds in defending, hangs on to the place, or does he? No, the Mustang back up the inside. So Powells may have led the class.
It is Giacomo Petrobelli and Morgan Tilbrook who make up the front row of the grid. The red lights are on, 2 by 2 they run to the line, the race gets underway, and immediately Alex Martin pops out of line, gets up the inside of his teammate Rob Collard, and might even challenge for a top 3 into last source. That's a very brave start for Alex Martin. He gets pinched on the apex, bits of carbon fibre go flying, hopefully...
Farfus in the 46, so the Audi has found itself in contention all of a sudden.
That was a passable position fella around the outside of Barnacote at turn 2. We've seen a couple of Porsches do that today. Fella looks like he's got great confidence on this restart because he's got up the road away from the McLaren and closed in on the rear of the BMW of Augusto Farfus. Oh, smoke from the Audi.
Buss is also in, Engel is in, so Van der Linde takes over the lead of the race, on the road at least. Now that into the pit lane is Kelvin Van der Linde to give way to Charles Wicks. Now this is going to be fascinating. The WRT BMW was running 6th, stays out an extra lap. So let's see whether this is going to be another Demon WRT stop, and indeed where that car catapults to as Fella goes through them.
Didn't look the quickest on the front right. It looked a little bit slow.
Yeah, I agree. Didn't look quite as...
And they've got...
has caught back up as well. There's so many dynamics at play, and this is how a championship should be decided. Whoever finishes in front on track of the last race of the year is champion, and right now that's the 90 car.
It's remarkable we're even in this position really. When Ravi Ramid had his sizable accident at Alton Park in the first race, it was a non-finish, the car was too badly damaged to do race 2, and it really looked as though Optimum had it in the bag, and then that...
Sorensen seemingly has got no pace. He can't even stay in front of the back markers.
So that's, he's on the back of Harry King now. So Patrick Niederhauser looks for a way past. King can't do it. And where is Lucas Auer? He's still stuck in 13th place. So much as Niederhauser is trying to go forward, Lucas Auer is going to do something as well. He needs to be in the points just in case. Niederhauser now on the back of Harry King. He thinks about the inside line, had a long think about
going along the Dottinger hole, the long flag, then up the hill, up the Dottinger hole, and getting a bit of a slipstream coming up towards Antonius Bucher, right underneath the rear wing, and then jinks to the outside, round the outside at Antonius Bucher, and then coming into Tiergarten, the dip through Tiergarten, Verstappen takes the lead of the motor race.